while I'm slowly heading back to my apartment. I'm not asking.
Hi, Doodle here and welcome to another video. I do apologise in advance for the slapdash nature and the terrible lighting of this video, but it really can't be helped because I couldn't find my ring light, so I thought I'd just bring you a vlog anyway. Just to show you really the books I'm going to be reading for October, spooky season, my TBR, and a couple of books that I have read and I recommend. So again, I apologise for the lighting that makes me look about 90, but that's fine. So let's get on with the book, shall we? So let's start off with The Haunting Season. I haven't read this one, but it looks really good and it looks really cosy and just right for the spooky season of October. It says ghostly tales for long winter nights. So I think that might be quite good. What does it say inside? Can I read it without these glasses on? I don't know. Long before Charles Dickens and Henry James popularised the tradition, the shadowy nights of winter have been time for people to gather together by the flicker of candlelight and experience the intoxicating thrill of a ghost story. Now 8 best-selling award-winning authors, all of them master storytellers of the sinister and the macabre, bring the tradition to vivid life in a spellbinding new collection of original Gothic tales. So yes, I think this sounds just right for the spooky season. So I am going to put that on my TBR and read some stories from it. It doesn't have to be all the stories, but I might read a few from it, extracts from it. Another book on my TBR will be The 8 Ghosts, just right on my street. It's got the 2 trees there and a spooky castle in the background. So I think that looks really good. And it's from the English Heritage. And what does it say about it? Rooted in place, slipping between worlds, a rich collection of unnerving ghosts and sinister histories. 8 authors were given the freedom of their chosen heritage site, from medieval castles to Cold War nuclear bunkers. Immersed in the past and chilled by rumours of hauntings, they channeled their darker imaginings into a series of extraordinary new ghost stories. So there you go. You've got different authors again writing stories about ghosts. So that sounds good. This one I'm yet to read. It's by an author called C.J. Cooke, and she wrote The Lighthouse Witches, which I've already read. The Lighthouse Witches is a really good book. I've got it here. That's The Lighthouse Witches. Now, it's a really, really good book. It's very atmospheric, and I found that I really enjoyed reading this. I read it a while ago, and it's about a lighthouse in Scotland. I think it's the Scottish Isles. On the cliffs of a remote Scottish island stands a lighthouse. Strange and terrible events have happened here. It started with a witch hunt. Now, centuries later, islanders are vanishing. So that's a really, really good book. It keeps you engaged, and I found that a really cosy read. So, and this is by the same author. And this is Pearl Gorham arrives in 1965, one of a string of young women sent to Lycan Hall to give birth. When she meets the mysterious mother and young boy who live on the grounds, the truth of the house emerges and darkness moves in. So I think she wrote that book and it was very atmospheric, so I reckon this one will be very similar. So that's going to be on my October TBR. And another one which my dad gave me, he's read it and he said it's really good. He said it's really spooky and creepy, so and they thought that I might like to read it, and it's called A Beggar's Alley by V.L. Valentine. What does it say about it? Winter 1954, in a dilapidated apartment in Brooklyn, Sam Cooper realises she has nothing left. Her mother is dead and she has no prospects and she cannot afford the rent, but she goes through her mother's things. Sam finds a stack of hidden letters that reveal a family and an inheritance she never knew she had 3,000 miles away in Yorkshire. Beggar's Abbey is a crumbling pile inhabited only by Sam's ailing grandmother, Lady Cooper, and a handful of servants. Sam cannot understand why her mother kept its very existence a secret, but her diaries offer a glimpse of a young girl grown increasingly terrified, as is Sam herself. So that sounds quite good. So I shall be reading that as well. I probably won't get through all of these books in October, because I tend to only read 2 a month at the moment, but going on to November, December, I reckon it'll be a good read. Let's think about it. I mean, I've got loads and loads of books which I'll put on a video, and you can see some of the books I've got. I've got well, most of my books are spooky or thrillers or creepy. That's mostly the genre I go for. So yeah, I mean, this one's a nice one. This one's a good one if you're reading books in autumn, because it's got the autumnal leaves and a heart full of headstones. Ian Rankin is a good author, so this looks really good as well. So that's probably another one to read. What's it say about it? John Rubers stands accused on trial for a crime that could put him behind bars for the rest of his life. Although it's not the first time the legendary detective has taken the law into his own hands, but it might be the last. So that sounds really good. And again, it's the sort of book you can keep because it's got a nice cover on it. Barbara Erskine, she's very atmospheric as well. So I've got The Ghost Tree, again, ghost in the title. Ruth has returned to Edinburgh after many years of exile. Left rootless by the death of her estranged father, she is faced with the daunting task of sorting through his possessions. Amongst the dust of her old life, Ruth discovers a hidden diary from the 18th century, written by her ancestor, Thomas Erskine. As she sifts through the ancient pages of the past, Ruth is pulled into a story that she can't escape. So that sounds really, really good. Again, I won't be putting this on my TBR because I think it'll be too much to read. It's a really thick book. And another one by Barbara Erskine is The Story Spinner. Isn't that a beautiful book? I just love the feathers on there. And this looks really, really promising. So I shall be reading this at some point. So I hope you enjoyed my vlog about books, and I hope you get to read a few spooky stories this October and the spooky season. Sorry about the lighting, as I said before, it's terrible, but I need to get myself a ring light because it's just, this is night time, so it's dark outside, so the only light you've got coming in is shadows. So obviously the shadows form on your face and make you look worse. So, but it's okay. How wonderful is this Fairytale castle? I really love coming here. It's the most beautiful castle I've ever seen in the heart of England. It's just wonderful. And if we go into here, you can see all the beautiful ornate doors and the old sort of style doors that they used to make. It's just, the craftsmanship is just amazing. If you explore around, and there's an old fireplace down here, which I just love. I don't know what century it is. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe the 17th century. I'm not sure if anyone knows roughly what this century could be. I mean, there's ornate woodwork on the banisters and everything. It's just so beautiful, and wooden staircase going up. But this is the sort of the turret of the castle as we go upstairs, and they've done some artwork up here. A local artist has done some artwork, and I just love the hearts on this lovely door, this old wooden door here. Yeah, the walls are crumbling, but it's part of the charm, I think, of the actual castle. But it's so pretty and picturesque, and the grounds are lovely. And as you can see in here, they've got a little artist. She's made, I don't know, a local artist done something about the environment, and It's all very nicely done. There's another old fireplace there. As you come through, you can see out the window and see everybody outside. I think it's so quaint.
Small things, small areas of road verges, but also all the small actions that we can take. So this painting changed priorities. There's a little patch of waste ground there. For years, I've just seen it go through cycles of growing teasels, attracting goldfinches. There's rabbits there. There's foxgloves. There's evening primroses, damselflies, moths. So it's got its own little ecosystem. Not a wild ecosystem, but a sort of edgeland ecosystem. I've always loved painting plants, but in particular I love painting them in an urban context.
Look. Detail on those are lovely. Lovely here. The old oak up there. This Venetian font is made of marble. You wouldn't think it because it looks very much like stone, but it is marble and it suffers some damage. And I think it says on the little review there that it took 220 hours to put right and of a cost of over £14,000. So that is a big sum of money to restore this beautiful font, but I think it is worth it because it is utterly beautiful.
Of the sky.